Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss a very important topic which is widely discussed in the past papers of GC Advanced Level Sri Lankan syllabus. Students, the topic is producer subsidies. In your Unit 3 of your syllabus, government intervention on market, there are 4 important areas that we have to discuss: producer subsidies, indirect taxes on producers, maximum control price, and minimum control price. In these 4 topics, producer subsidy is one of the very important topic and also somewhat misunderstood topic by the students. Therefore, I have decided to demonstrate a full question only using equation method in the subsidies. So let's go to the video. So let's see, this question includes all the necessary parts related to producer subsidy. You have been given a demand and supply equations. QD 20 minus 2P, QS minus 40 plus 10P. So calculate the equilibrium price and quantity. And second one, producer subsidy of ₹2 per unit is provided. Calculate the new equilibrium price and quantity, buyer's price and seller's price, benefits of subsidy to the consumers and producers, total subsidy, change in consumer expenditure, change in producer revenue, change in consumer surplus, change in producer surplus, and deadweight loss. So students, understand carefully. Normally, a producer subsidy question, as far as our A-level syllabus is concerned, may include maximum these parts. So whatever the questions you see in your past papers, all will be within these information. Therefore, I have included all the necessary details as much as possible. At the same time, there are some common areas like price elasticity of demand, price elasticity of supply in relation to the equilibrium. Those things also may come, and we have got also, but those things I did not include because you are so familiar with this. Right. So let us see how this question we can continue. So the first one, you have to calculate the equilibrium price and quantity. When you come to the equilibrium price and quantity, 20 minus 2P is equal to minus 40 plus 10P. 20 minus 2P is equal to minus 40 plus 10P. Then it becomes 60 is equal to 12P. 60 is equal to 12P. So the equilibrium price, I'll mention this as PE, that will be 60 divided by 12 is equal to 5. Equilibrium price is 5 rupees. And equilibrium quantity is, as usual, 20 minus 2 into 5. Therefore, 20 minus 10 is equal to 10 units. So we have got the equilibrium price and quantity, right? Equilibrium price is 5 rupees and equilibrium quantity 10 units. So let's go to the next part of the same question. A producer subsidy of ₹2 per unit is provided. Calculate the new equilibrium price and quantity. Listen carefully. New equilibrium price and quantity. Right. New equilibrium price and quantity. When you discuss here, you must consider a very important thing. That is, your first step is adjusting your supply equation, which means you have been given the supply equation minus 40 plus 10p. This one for the unit subsidy of 3 rupees, sorry, unit subsidy of 2 rupees, you have to adjust. Subsidy is 2 rupees. So then QS is equal to minus 40 plus 10. A very important adjustment you come across here, P plus 2. That means whenever there is a producer subsidy, the unit subsidy must be added with the price in the equation method, right? So then QS equals minus 40 plus 10p plus 20. So then minus 20 plus 10p. This is the new supply equation. Students, your first step is getting this equation. All right. The first step is getting the new supply formula or equation. Once you have got the new supply equation, then you have to obtain the new equilibrium price and quantity. For this purpose, this new supply equation, you have to equate with the existing demand equation. Let us discuss this system. You know, the demand equation is there 20 minus 2p. Then supply equation minus 20 plus 10p. So the new supply and the original demand. So it will be 40 is equal to 12p. Then new equilibrium price 40 divided by 12. So you know 40 divided by 12, 336. So 3.3 equilibrium price, let's say 3.3 new equilibrium price. So what we did, original demand equation and the new supply equation, and the demand equation 20 minus 2p, supply minus 20 plus 10p, which what we have got now. Therefore, plus 40 is equal to 12p. Equilibrium price is 40 divided by 12, that is 3.3. Right? So it is going as recurring 3.33. Let's stop with 3.3. Then you see you want to find the new equilibrium quantity. So for that 20 minus 2 into 3.3, 20 minus 2 into 3.3, 3.3. So it will be 20 minus 6.6. So then 13.4 units, new equilibrium quantity 13.4 units. So if I show this in a rough sketch or rough diagram, it will be like this. Earlier original demand curve and original supply curve. So the price is 5, quantity is 10. Now the new supply curve is drawn like this. It's a rough diagram. You are not supposed to draw this in the exam. If you wish, you can draw to minimize your mistake. So the new price is what? 3.3. New quantity is 13.4 units. Right. All right. Then let's come to the next part of the same question. So the next part says that, next part of the same question says that calculate the buyer's price and seller's price. Calculate the buyer's price and seller's price. Buyer's price and seller's price, when you discuss, remember always the price paid by the buyers will be the new market price. The price paid by the buyers will be the new market price. Therefore, buyer's price PB, buyer's price PB is always the new equilibrium price. Therefore, it will be 3.3. Then seller's price PB plus S, that is 3.3 plus the unit tax, unit subsidy is 2, therefore it is 5.3. Understood? Buyer's price is 3.3 and seller's price is 5.3. So how to show this in the graph? Now this graph, again, I am reminding you all, this is not compulsory because this is equation method. But if you can have a rough graph like this, your mistakes will be reduced. That is why I'm recommending this. This is the buyer's price. And where is the seller's price? You have to continue this line. You continue this blue color line. If it is the graphical method, by just drawing this line, wherever this line cuts the price axis, we will find the price. But this is equation method and this is a rough diagram. So it comes as 5.3 here. This is the one seller's price. All right. So buyer's price is 3.3 and the seller's price is 5.3. Now we'll come to the next part of the same question. So the next part, calculate the benefits of subsidy to the consumers and producers. That means if there is a producer given, subsidy given by the government, it will be benefiting to consumers as well as producers. Now we are going to discuss how to find the consumer benefit and producer benefit. So consumer benefit when you discuss, okay, consumer benefit when you discuss, you can simply understand the method here rather than memorizing. Please try to understand the method carefully. Right. Let's see. Consumer benefit. Consumer benefit for a unit. How much? You see, consumers before the subsidy they paid 5 rupees for this product. Now they are paying 3.3. Therefore, they are paying less. That shows that they get a benefit from the subsidy. Therefore, for a unit, 5 minus 3.3. Therefore, it is 1.7. That means 1 rupee and 70 rupees. So 70 cents. Then total consumer benefit for a unit 1.7, totally 13.4 units we have, so that 1.7 into 13.4. So see this 1.7 into 13.4. 1.7 into 13.4. We get 22.78. 22.78, 22 rupees and 78 cents, or in the rupee value. Okay. So this is the consumer benefit total. So when you show the areas and all, you are not supposed to show. Anyway, I'm just showing you all to understand further. Then what is the area going to show here? The area here, see this consumer benefit per unit, 13.4 units altogether we have. Therefore, this portion shows you the consumer benefit. Then when you come to the producer benefit now, you calculate the producer benefit. Producer benefit when you calculate producer benefit, that is for a unit, producer benefit for a unit, that should be seller's price minus equilibrium price. Because before the subsidy, sellers collected 5 rupees. Now they are collecting 5 rupees and 30 cents. Therefore, they collect extra 30 cents. So 5.3 minus 5, therefore 0.3 producer benefit per unit. Whereas total producer benefit for a unit 0.3, total we have 13.4 units. We have 13.4 units. Therefore, your answer will be 0.3 into 13.4. So it will be 4.03. 4.03. That means 4 rupees and 2 cents producer benefit, 22 rupees and 78 cents consumer benefit. So we are to show that producer benefit. See this, this is the producer benefit per unit, totally 13.4. Therefore, this portion, this is the area that shows the producer benefit. Okay, right. Now we'll come to the next question. The next question asks uh, total subsidy. Total subsidy. You have to find the total subsidy. Total subsidy, when you calculate, you can go in two methods. Either adding the consumer benefit and producer benefit. Otherwise, you can calculate as unit subsidy into new equilibrium quantity. Two methods are there, adding the consumer benefit and producer benefit. Otherwise, unit subsidy into new equilibrium quantity. I'll show you both. I'll show you both. See this. Total subsidy is equal to consumer benefit plus producer benefit. So consumer benefit 22.78, producer benefit 4.02. So 22.78, 22.78 plus 4.02. So you get 22.08 and 4.02. You get 26.8. 22.0, sorry, 22.78 plus 4.0. So you get 26.8. So 26.8 is the total subsidy. Otherwise, to find the same total subsidy, you can go in another way. As I mentioned earlier, you can go as total subsidy is equal to unit subsidy into new equilibrium quantity. So unit subsidy is 2 here, new equilibrium quantity 13.4, that is also the same 26.8. So as students, according to the question, you have to answer whichever the suitable way and feasible way you can select and do. As far as this question is concerned, the first method is very easy since we wanted to calculate both the consumer and producer benefit. Whereas without asking consumer benefit and producer benefit, when they ask the total subsidy, for this purpose, calculating these benefits separately is just time consuming. Therefore, I recommend you to do as unit subsidy into new quantity if they have not asked the consumer benefit and producer benefit. All right. Okay. Now we'll come to the next question. Before that, understand carefully. Consumer benefit and producer benefit become the total subsidy. The same is the total cost of subsidy to the government. Whatever the benefits the consumers and producers get become the total cost of subsidy to the government. That also you must not forget. Then we'll come to the next question. The next question, change in consumer expenditure. Question number 6, change in consumer expenditure. So change in, total subsidy we found, the change in consumer expenditure we will discuss now. So consumer expenditure change, when you find consumer expenditure before and after, we should consider. consumer expenditure before and after we should consider. So let's see how consumer expenditure before and after. Listen. Consumer expenditure before, consumers, they bought 10 units by paying 5 rupees before the subsidy. Therefore, 5 into 10 is equal to 50 rupees. 5 into 10 is equal to 50 rupees. Then consumer expenditure after, when you calculate, after the subsidy, the consumers pay, after the subsidy, the consumers pay 3 rupees and 30 cents for a unit and get 13.4 units. So 3.3 into 13.4. So it will be 3.3 into 13.4. So your answer will be 44.22. Consumer expenditure after 44.22. So this difference is becoming the change. That means 50 minus 44.22 becomes the change in consumer expenditure. Then the next question ask about the change in producer revenue. Change in producer revenue, when we discuss producer revenue before and producer revenue after, you have to calculate. So producer revenue before, when you calculate, producer revenue before will be 5 into 10 is equal to 50, because before the subsidy, both the consumer expenditure and producer revenue are same. Then producer revenue after subsidy, after subsidy, producers get 5 rupees and 30 cents for a unit and selling 13.4. Therefore, the producer revenue after 5.3 into 13.4. 5.3 into 13.4. So meaning here, for a unit, the price the producers collect is 5.3 and they are selling how many units? 13.4 units. Therefore, their revenue is 71.02. Then difference is the change in producer revenue. Then see the next question. Change in consumer surplus. Consumer surplus change you have to calculate now. So change in consumer surplus, when you discuss, this is very, very important area is consumer surplus and producer surplus. Very important area, consumer surplus and producer surplus. So consumer surplus before, I normally used to do this with a very simple equation as Q into delta P over 2. Then see, to find the consumer surplus, you need the maximum demand price. To find the maximum demand price, we use QD equals 0. So 20 minus 2P is equal to 0. So 20 is equal to 2P. So price equals 10 here. So 10 is the maximum demand price. 10 is the maximum demand price. Then to find the consumer surplus before, buyer's price, QD, maximum demand price. This red color triangle is the consumer surplus before. See this, buyer's price, QD, maximum demand price. So then quantity is 10, change in price 10 minus 5 is 5 over 2. Therefore, consumer surplus before is 25 rupees. Consumer surplus before 25 rupees. Okay. Then consumer surplus after, when you calculate the consumer surplus after, you want to verify the area carefully. When you verify the area, buyer's price 3.3, quantity 13.4, and maximum demand price is 10. So this orange color triangle is the consumer surplus after. Okay. Therefore, here also I'll use the same formula, which is very easy for you all. Q into delta P over 2. Q 13.4. Delta P will be 10 minus 3.3, that is 6.7. 10 minus 3.3, 6.7 over 2. If that is so, 13.4 into 6.7 divided by 2, therefore 44.89. 44.89. 44 rupees and 89 cents. This difference, I'm not going to show that difference. You can easily get that. So this difference, 44.89 minus 25, is the change in consumer surplus. All right. 44.89 minus 25 is the change in consumer surplus. Then students will go to the next part of the same question. This part actually in several past papers, especially I'll tell you 2007 paper, A-level 2007, producer surplus after, out of 15, they had given 5 marks. And 2017 to show producer surplus after, a considerable marks allocation was there. Therefore, very important change in producer surplus. So let's see how to calculate this change in producer surplus. So producer surplus change when you calculate, this is equation method. Therefore, first of all, to calculate the producer surplus, you need the minimum supply price. To calculate the producer surplus, you need the minimum supply price. Minimum supply price when you calculate, as all of you know, it should be QS is equal to 0. It should be QS is equal to 0. So listen carefully. Minimum supply price when you find, QS is equal to 0. Here the QS is minus 40 plus 10p is equal to 0. So 10p is equal to 40. So price equals 40 over 10 is equal to 4. Okay. So then our minimum supply price, right, is 4. Now it should be somewhere here, but problem, the diagram when I draw here, this rough diagram, so the supply curve should have been like this. That is how the reason. Therefore, it's not a problem for you. You just can cancel the supply curve. It is a rough diagram. So then here, like you can put. So then producer surplus before. For this also the same equation, Q into delta P over 2. So what is Q into delta P over 2? Producer plus area. Producer surplus area. Seller's price. QS maximum, sorry, minimum supply price. Okay. So Q is 10. Delta P 5 minus 4 is 1 over 2 is equal to 5 rupees. Then producer surplus after Q into delta P over 2. Here the Q will be the new quantity 13.4. Delta P in the sense new, otherwise seller's price minus minimum supply price. So it should be, you see the area, understand this area. Seller's price is 5.3, right? Seller's price QS minimum supply price. This is how the producer surplus comes. Some people, they think about the new supply curve. Here the new supply curve is not the matter. You must think about the seller's price QS minimum supply price. Therefore, delta P 5.3 minus 4, it should be 1.3 over 2. So that producer surplus after, producer surplus after, producer surplus after 13.4 into 1.3 divided by 2. Okay, so you get 8.71. Producer surplus after 8.71. So producer surplus before it was 5, now it is 8.71. Therefore, the change in producer surplus 8.71 minus 5, it will be 3.71. So only here that minimum supply price became 4, and already that it is a rough diagram. Therefore, only that place was something incorrect in our rough diagram. You may face this issue when you do this rough diagram because we didn't do anything based on the scale. But you don't want to worry about that. We are just sketching this. Could be the places here and there, differences could be there, but your focus is the points here, right? So you just verify where are these points. That's enough. Okay. So 8.71. Then let's come to the final part of this discussion. That is the last question. Calculate the dead weight loss. Calculate the dead weight loss. Otherwise, we can say social welfare loss. Otherwise, social cost of subsidy. Like this, in various ways you can see. So the dead weight loss in subsidy, let us show the area of the dead weight loss. Here, dead weight loss area is this. This triangle is the dead weight loss. When you do in graph, officially graphical method, when you do, you can very nicely identify this area since you are drawing with the scales. Here just I'm showing roughly, and this area is not necessary for the equation method also, because dead weight loss when you find using the equation method, very simple equation, unit subsidy into change in quantity over 2. Unit subsidy into change in quantity over 2, like that an equation you can apply. Therefore, the unit subsidy is 2, change in quantity 3.4, because quantity from 10 to 13.4 increase over 2. If that is so, the dead weight loss is 3 rupees and 40 cents. Okay, so dead weight loss is 3 rupees and 40 cents. So this is the completion of this question. So students, today in this video, we could discuss a question, a complete question on producer subsidy. So 10 parts were there. So you can confidently work out. And if you are perfect in all these 10 parts, 100% assurance I can give you, in case if you get a subsidy question in your exam, definitely full marks you can get. Therefore, please get ready with these points. So until I meet you in another video, we'll wind up this session. So Assalamu alaikum and thank you very much.